Alright, so hello everybody and welcome to this brand new video. Today we have something that I didn't expect to make because, I was trying to make some of those Windows Movie Maker edits. Unfortunately, even after completing the SX, I was planning to do them, but no, I have to do this one. Yeah, this is a drama video once again. Is it related to my accounts? No, thankfully not. Is it related to Discord drama, like, changing replacements and stuff like that? No, we're still staying on the option of going to Stowed very soon. So stay tuned for that. But this is not the reason why I'm making this video. This is a complete different reason. And I want to make this video clearly so that people will understand that whatever the fuck happened in the last couple of weeks, and probably no, sorry, not weeks, not even weeks, month, yeah, a literal month, is something that I will never forget, probably. All right, so let's start with the context of what happened. Let me explain real quick. So, it was 31st of January 2026. Yeah, it was 31st of January when one of my members have posted. It was captioned ICE be like, and he posted this image. And if you're not aware of the ICE stuff, it's the law agency in America regarding the immigrants and stuff like that. Okay, so he posted this meme, and then my friend, who used to be my friend, called Volksy. Yes, I'm gonna give names this time because they better know who I'm talking about. We're not gonna be playing like hide and seek or some kind of guess the person shit. We're not gonna do that here. We are here to say the thing out loud. So, what specifically happened? Guess what? My friend Vuxi, instead of peacefully and calmly expressing her disagreement with that post, with that meme that member had done on my server, she decided to go full on aggressive, okay? She decided to go full aggressive. As you can see by these screenshots that I have here provided. And obviously, for certain obvious reasons, I had to censor certain words so that this video won't get demonetized. And I wouldn't have trouble of having these kind of demonetization problems on YouTube. So then, obviously Volksy did not have anything else to say other than just shut the fuck up about it and asking desperately to people stop complaining about it. Of course, then one of my friends came in and said to keep the convo in DMs. I mean, come on. You can clearly see the toxicity of Volksy's behavior in this conversation she had. Instead of just saying a normal thing, she had to come up and say everything on repeat. On repeat. The same sentences, the same type of words, even including the hard R. And yeah, she was just desperately trying to defend something. I'm not gonna go full political and agency enforcement type of shit in this video. I'm just here to explain specifically what happened. Because some members were affected from this, and I'm sure that everyone else who is on my server and other people that I have introduced to this problem, because I was venting out from it because it was just too much pressure on me, I have told them about it as well, and there's been other shit that I have been discovering, which we will get later in this video as well. So now, this is the first part. Then, it was 1st of February. Yeah, it was 1st February 2026 already. And because I have a very loud insulin pump that woke me up louder than a fucking siren if World War III would have started, then I decided to just, check on my phone so I can shut that thing down and then just come peacefully sleeping again. But I had a high glucose, so I couldn't fall asleep for next 3 or 4 hours. Anyway, I checked on the notifications and I saw DM from my friend who is the co-owner, as I mentioned. And I was like, what the fuck is going on? Like, what the hell is going on the server? Then I checked up the screenshots, and I also came in to the server and decided to give some purge to messages and give Vuxi a fair timeout for aggressive, toxic answer or answering for the opinions. She expressed her opinion in a toxic, negative way. You know, what happens after that will get you either into like you will understand the anger that I had with me, or you will just laugh out because of how pathetic this had to be done. Not from my side, but from the side of Volksy and the other following friends and members that were also going in and starting drama with me. Okay? So then I came in and decided like, Volks, I'm sorry, but I'm gonna have to give you 1 week timeout. And I gave her 1 week timeout. I'll tell you about Volksy. I met her like 3 years ago on a FNAF server and we became friends. We were cool and everything. And even during the time when she was on my first ever server that I had on my first ever account that is currently hacked, she always used to be troublemaker and trouble looking. And then even on the other, the one that was reported and now it's deleted, I had the servers there as well. She was also there troublemaking and looking for trouble and just joining servers to raid people there because of their profiles and what they had in the profiles. So she was always like that. And I was trying to calm her down. Even another from my friend called Not Sombra 777. He also used to be with me on this one, and he's a very cool guy. And I'm happy that I actually have a friend like Sombra, because if he wasn't on with me in contacts, I don't know what kind of person would I be able to say all of my problems to, because he also is a really cool person and actually caring. So me and Sombra told Volksy to stop doing this. She stopped for a while, and then she was obviously, introduced and everything. And then once that specific cult, and I'm gonna mention later, have started, she started doing this over and again. So yeah, but me as a friend who knew her for 3 years and knew that what kind of person she could be or what she can do, I decided like, you know what, I'm gonna give this girl mercy and I'm gonna end her timeout after 3 days. And then she apologized and everything, and I thought everything would be cool, right? Everyone thought everything would be cool, and we will move on from what happened, right? Right? No, because what happened next is actually the elephant in the room. So let's continue this story. Okay, so you probably are expecting what happened after this thing that we settled up. You thought that I gave her 1 week timeout and then ended after 3 days because, I was feeling bad and I had mercy on her because she was my friend and everything. Yeah, I thought the same. I thought everything would be cool. Not until like 2 weeks after that happened, when Volksy was in voice chat with with other of my friends that I met in the past as well, called Hubcap Ninja, and a guy who had a username Lobo on a server because he had a different one as in main profile. That was in Hubcap Ninja's server called Kamurocho Hills, that I used to be part of, but then left out after this whole drama because I no longer wanted to be associated, and you will hear why in just a few minutes after I will explain. Because the Kamurocho was used to be cool until Hub decided to just fully go in this crazy madness behavior. So what happened is that Volksy was in voice chat with both Lobo and Hubcap Ninja, and out of no reason, Volksy had to spoke out about me timing her out for 3 days. That happened weeks after I have done that. And yes, I admit it. I did it. I am admitting I did it. It was my responsibility that I have just done. But why did I do it? Well, guess what? Volksy said it was because it was freedom of speech. Lobo said the same thing. Lobo was like, we are just trying to say that timing someone for free speech is just a pussy move. I was like, listen, I was trying to explain to them, right? I was trying to explain. I did not time Vuxi out because of freedom of speech. I timed Vuxi out because her opinion sounded with the hard R very aggressive, and she should know that there is a peaceful, normal way to express an opinion instead of attacking someone or their race or anything like that. And you can call me right now sensitive woke all you want. I just don't accept the fact that someone is just going to randomly attack a person for their freedom of speech. Who was the first attacking freedom of speech? Me timing Volksy out, or the Volksy attacking the guy for posting that meme expressing his opinion against ICE? Come on, son. You're just saying shit to your own mouth. So yeah, that's what happened. Then I tried to explain stuff in DMs with Volksy, and she always just kept saying the stuff to make me obviously look bad. Then Lobo kept pinging me on Kamurocho server, and I tried to explain to them. Obviously they never listened. And Hapkeb Ninja, the main, and I mean the main clown in this in this whole situation in the room, he always had to be like, "Oh, Brano, you never join VCs. We want to explain to you shit and everything, and you never join VCs." Brother, it's the same as you not reading my messages. Okay? It's the same thing as you are not reading my messages, what I say, or just not understanding what I'm trying to say to you. So I left the server, right? I left the server. I had no reasons to stay on a server where this kind of behavior is. So then I decided to go. He always was like, you have a server full of men who are pretending to be an anime girl characters. Brother, who are you to decide what kind of stuff you can have on a profile? It's their profile. You have no absolute business, no absolute reason to attack someone and their personal profile information that they have just because you don't like it. You know, there is this button called ignore or block if you don't like someone just because of their profile. Very weird way to judge someone. But you know, that judgment, that argument, anime profile was invalid on Discord and every social media platform. It was already invalid for years. And this, he always kept saying the same thing. You know, I'll tell you a straight truth right now about Hapkeb Ninja. He behaves and he thinks about himself that he's the strong-minded, and he is not being scared or anything. But every single time when you go into an argument with this guy, he always pulls out the same arguments on you. Yeah? He always puts the same arguments on you. Because he has no more to create. He is lost of words. He is completely lost of fucking words. And he's the scared one. But he's just trying to behave that he is not scared. That's what he is doing. That's why he keeps using the same arguments. Because he knows that he doesn't have any more arguments to use. That's why he decides to use the same ones to defend him and his own invalid things he says. He likes to spread misinformation as a defense. Calling out that I have... yeah, this is quite sensitive to say, but this is actually false. He says that I have underaged people on server, when that's literally not true. All of my members are over 17 years old. My server rules are specifying that a member who is already old enough to use Discord according to the country's law of minimum age, like for example, my country, Slovakia, you must have minimum 16 years to use Discord. And if someone joins from a different country where these kind of laws are not applying, and if they have if they are 13 years old as Discord's actual worldwide minimum age, then they can be there. If there is a person from exception country that has its own laws, like Slovakia 16 plus, if there is someone from like a different country where is like 15 plus, 16 plus, 17 plus, then they must be that age if they come from that country to join my server. And he tried to say that I have underage people on my server, which is not true at all. So yeah, it was completely useless. Arguing with Hubcap Ninja is completely useless. It's pointless. Trying to say something to this guy is completely pointless, as this guy will always bring misinformations about anything just to win argument and feel like he won. He is a scared pussy. He is not able to handle the lose, the fail, the everything. He's not able to handle that he is losing or something. And that's the problem. So yeah, after that, I tried to explain to Volksy stuff, but yeah, she just kept replying to me that that I'm not based, that I am a hard R lover, that I love immigrants, and I have people. I have a six-letter F word that is offensive towards gays. I'm not gonna say it right now specifically which one. She's saying that I love these kind of people. And she's completely ignoring the fact when I'm trying to tell her. The same thing is applying to Hubcap Ninja when trying to explain stuff to him. It's completely useless to explain to these people anything because they're just ignoring you. They don't care. They just don't care. They if they want something, they want it in their way. They will not let you do anything on your own way, even if you have a freedom to do so. So then, no, nothing much happened, right? Nothing much happened for another time, for another amount of days, weeks, until again something happened next. Okay, so very recently on one of my friend's server, I was on, and there was also Volksy and Hubcap Ninja. You know, I was just like seeing that she has changed her name to Rip Jeffrey Epstein, and I was like, this cornball must have just empty brain. So then I decided to go into DMs and spam her the shit that is, joking shit. I spammed it because I wanted to call her out on that name. Like, listen, again, call me sensitive, call me gay, call me pussy, call me anything like that, all you want. I don't care. It's you thinking about me. And what you think about me, I don't care about it. Especially if you are an online person, I do not give a fuck about it. If that's what you believe, then believe in it, even if it's not true. But I called Wuxi out like that because of that name. Of course, she later changed it, but then another things have started to come out that I never know about before. So one of my friends, who also used to be Wuxi's friend, called Toast, he DM'd me that Volksy has been hanging out with weird friends. I was like, all right, what happens? But they were annoying him, and guess what? He said to me that one of Volksy's friend has how do I say it? How do I say it? He has a cheese pizza on his phone. Yeah, illegal cheese pizza on his phone. I was like, what? He showed me the screenshots that he took, and yeah, that guy legit just admitted it. He wasn't even hiding it, and I was like, okay, all right, listen here, folk. Thanks for telling me. He told me more that how she was just ignorant and how she never helped him. Like, seriously, this is where I want to get. Wuxi is just like Hubcap Ninja and some of these other friends from Kamurocho. They are ungrateful fucks. Ungrateful. Why are they ungrateful? Because they don't appreciate what you have done for them. Firstly, I met Hub 3 years ago on a server, right? A server that, after a few months later, was falsely accusing him of being a pedophile. I defended him, along with other of my friends. I supported Hub, and I helped him build his Kamurocho server and everything else, that I have done for Hub, I have just helped him a lot and supported him. Then, Volksy, when I met her, I also did. And you know what? I did for Volksy a lot. Back then, I went to fucking... when I met her and she went to my server and everything, she was inviting her friends. They were cool and everything, and then she used to get into drama with them because of stuff that happened between them in the past. Right? And one day, I went to my server and there was like a huge drama. That was on the oldest server that I had. The first account that is hacked right now. And I was like, alright, listen up. This is unacceptable. This is legit unacceptable. I'm gonna have to take care of this one. Because there was a drama between Volksy and one of her older friends. I don't currently remember their name. But I was like, alright, that's it. I defended Volksy around that time because it was first time me and her meeting in the platform as friends, and we were very cool with each other. Mostly because we shared interest in FNAF, obviously. So then, only then, I spent my whole day discovering the problems and issues that happened between those friends and Volksy. Because it wasn't just one friend, it was multiple other friends. They invited me to their group chats, they invited me to their servers that they had. We were in voice chats, right? And I was one person, me versus 9 people, and then more because of servers and voice chats we were in. I was one person defending Vuxi when she was offline or doing her own business. I was one person spending my whole day on defending Vuxi, yet she never thanked me for that. Right? Then I introduced her to Kamurocho people. I introduced her to Hapkeb Ninja. I introduced her to a guy called Flush. I introduced her to Sombra and to other members of Kamurocho. She never appreciated me for that. I helped her out and supported her at her lowest. Never appreciated me. When I was at the lowest and when I was having to deal with dramas, I had to do it all alone. Even her dramas that she was responsible for, I had to deal with them. And she never thanked me enough. No, she never thanked me at all. She never thanked me at all. Yeah, that's what happened. And now, only now, Voxy decided to just backstab me like this, call out on me for doing something so horrible, crying about the fact that I timed her out for 3 days when that happened weeks after she started crying about it. No, that was before she started crying about it, yeah. Like, seriously, are you really okay in the brain? Are you okay? Because I don't believe that you are. If you seriously are saying this to me, that you have been doing this, Vux, you fucking dumbass. I was here for you more than your parents were here for you. I was here for you like a fucking father, and taking care of you and telling you what to do and what not to do, more than your father himself. Even I supported you when your parents forced you to block all of us. I was on your side. And you decided to do this to me? Vux, you pissed me off that day. You don't remember, you don't even understand how much you pissed me. And the fact that I found out that you're hanging out with a pedo who has a CP on his phone, that pissed me off more. And I called you out on why you didn't tell me that. Yeah, I called her out on that friend's server that I already mentioned before. And obviously the first person, guess who was the first person to read it? Mr. Hapcamp Ninja, obviously. And then he started to say random shit and everything, like it doesn't even matter at all. Then Vuxi obviously replied to me that he no longer has it. I mean, obviously someone no longer has that thing on his phone if he already was exposed to everyone for having it. Obviously, he no longer has it. Fucking, you think I'm dumb or something? And yeah, obviously then Hubcap started calling out his friends from Caburocho, because you see, this is another proof of Hubcap being the pussy, not me. Hubcap being the pussy, because he can't argue with me all alone on anything. He always have to call his friends, his Caburocho friends, to call out and go against me together. One person. You see? That's how he, quote unquote, cares about me. Alright? So then the thing was settled up, but he obviously said these things. And it was like, you guys don't have a good sense of humor. Yeah, you guys don't have a good sense of humor. That's the problem. That's why you don't like the Epstein jokes. Imagine being a desperate cornball thinking Epstein jokes are any funny. Like, seriously, if you believe that Epstein jokes are funny, then get the fuck out. Get out of my life, okay? Yeah, because I called Volksy out on having a friend like that, and then I called her out on that Epstein joke. And obviously Hubcap was saying this kind of stuff. You know, typical cornball behavior. That's just a cornball behavior. And I was called out that I'm a pussy, and I'm gay, and I'm everything like that. You know, I don't care. I don't care. You think I care? You think that I care about someone calling me that I'm pussy or gay or sensitive or anything? I don't care. I just don't like when someone makes Epstein jokes. And you can call me like that even right now. Making Epstein jokes? Brother, get the fuck out. Get out of my life. You don't deserve to be around me. And I don't want to be around you because you're possibly a danger to the society. So yeah, that's what happened. Then I blocked everyone from those Camurocho. Of course, I obviously banned them from my server to have a little peace. And during that time, when I was out, after all of this drama happened, even before this incident, when I called Wolksy out, I was asking one of my friends to be telling me about the stuff that was happening there, so that I knew what kind of shit they are saying. Yeah, I didn't even need to expect anything. And what happened after this drama on my friend's server, which is a total end. Now, let's see what actually has changed. So last thing for today's video is the amazing cover-up of how true friends these people were and who is the real pussy. If me not wanted to talk with them, because I no longer want to, because they just disgusted themselves for me, or them because they are saying shit behind my back. Guess what? Hubcap Ninja started pinging everyone and going to their DMs, spamming that they should block me and leave my server. And obviously some of the people already did that. But you know, if it's like, I will tell you like that, if it's people from Camurocho that I met on Camurocho server, I don't care. Honestly, I don't care. They weren't even active on my server. We weren't even chatting or voice chatting together at all. I just had them added. I don't care if I'm gonna lose members, right? I don't really care if I'm gonna lose members from my server, because those were the members that I met on your Camurocho server and added them as friends. I don't care if they're gonna block me, if they're gonna leave my server. They are Camurocho people, you can keep them because they are your Camurocho people. But since you, yes, I'm repeating, you were also meeting the people from my server that I met myself and added them to my server and as friends first, before you did that, when you met them on my server. Don't even dare to try and make my friends that I met myself before you met them on my server. Don't try to make those go against me and block me and leave my server, because those are the real friends, real trustworthy people, and the real friends that I met, and I don't want to lose them because of your backstabbing and misinformation spreading. You know, the thing is, I'll tell you another thing about Hubcap Ninja. Hubcap Ninja is a selfish and very jealous cunt. And I'm serious about that. He's jealous and selfish. Every single time he met someone in my server, like the members he never seen before, he immediately wanted to, and I mean immediately wanted to join them to server. Yes, I obviously offered people from his server as well to join my server, but I was like, if you want to join my server, you can do so. If you don't, I'm cool with it. And I wasn't forcefully trying to add them. I was just offering them something. And even if they did join, they left after a few days because they weren't active there. So yeah, that's the thing. I wasn't actually going for more members. I was just like trying to be entertaining and cool most of the time. So yeah, he was very jealous, and I mean very, 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 very jealous. He was jealous of the fact that I was able to meet friends really quickly and add them on my server. He was jealous of the fact that I have more members than his server. And we're not doing any server member count wars here. Don't worry, we're not being like that. And obviously, me personally, I am not being like that at all. I don't care about my numbers of members on my server. I mean, some of the members on my server aren't even active there. If I was just like banning people or kicking out people for being inactive, I would just have like half of my server, and that would just be the friends that actually are being active and chatting with me there at all. But yeah, that's the thing about Hubcap Ninja. He's very jealous and selfish. He never cares about anyone. He never did care about me at all. Neither Volksy did, or anyone else. So yeah, that's what happened. Hub is a selfish and jealous person. He wants, he always, comes to my server if he is about to meet new people. He doesn't want to meet them because he wants to be friends with them like I do. No, he wants them to be immediately on his server simply because, he wants more members than me. He's jealous of the fact that I'm able to find friends quicker and better than he does. And I'm not going for more members, obviously. I don't care about my number of members. I'm just having a community. And most of the time when we meet with new friends, they immediately join because I have that server in bio, offering even for non-friends from another servers to join, no problemo. That's what actually happens. People join by themselves from my YouTube channel, from this board, from other servers because they see it in my bio. They don't join because I invite them DMs or friends or anything. No, they join themselves. Only then I add them as friends if we have friendly contacts on the server after they start chatting there. That's what happens. That's what happens most of the time. And yeah, like I said, I don't care about your Kamurocho friends. If you're gonna go and brainwash them like you already brainwashed some of them to block me and leave my server, go ahead and do it with the rest of the ones that are on my server and that I have on my friend list. Go ahead and do it. I don't care about your Kamurocho friends. I don't care. And I don't care if I'm gonna lose members. I really don't care. But don't you dare to do that thing to my friends that I met myself on other servers and invited them to my server first before you met them on my server and invited them to your server, because they are my true friends that I actually care about the most, and I don't want them to block me because you will spread misinformations, and simply because I met them myself first before you met them on my server and then added them on your server. Hub is a selfish cunt and jealous as well. Voxy is a backstabber who is liking to hang out with pedophiles and defends pedophiles. And now they are saying so many bullshit behind my back. Look at these screenshots. You can literally see that these degenerate cornballs, they are just desperately, randomly asking to say anything negative about me. They don't even care. No, not only they don't care. They simply just... We, as normal, smart people, have moved on from this drama, right? But these people didn't. They always just pick themselves in that server of Kamurocho, and they always come up and say that I am something like that. And I don't care. I really don't care. I don't give a shit. If you think that I am the thing that you say about me, think about that all you want. but I'm not gonna hang out with someone that defends pedophiles or is doing these kind of nasty jokes. Like, seriously, that was disgusting. Yeah, and also my friend called House, who also used to be in this Kamurocho gang and friends with these people, he also called out on them with me together as well, and then we blocked them both. And even Sombra, yes, even Sombra is already pissed on Hap and others from Kamurocho for these nasty jokes, that he himself had also said he is in the edge of blocking and leaving him. And Sombra, if you're watching this, do it, because that guy is just going to ruin your life. Just like he ruined millions of lives of other people, including mine. So yeah, that's the thing. Oh yeah, and there are bonus things that I want to add. Firstly, you were not allowed to post anything that would sound or look sexual on Kamurocho. Hubcap Ninja does not like that for some reason. You know, you could post anything that would be too cursed to even post in normal channels, even private server or anywhere else, but you were not allowed to post anything that was slightly sexual looking. No, not at all. Or anything he found gay LGBT type of stuff. Fucking brain dead. Secondly, Hub does not like Charlie Kirk jokes. He wants to, he really, really, really likes to make quote unquote funny Epstein jokes, right? But then make a joke about Charlie Kirk, he immediately gets pissed on you. And what's even funnier is that he was singing a parody version of the We Are Charlie Kirk song in VC. Something with We Are Yakuza or John Yakuza or something like that. He was singing that in fucking VC. But no Kirk jokes. And yeah, one last thing, Hub. If you think your messages are this tough, brother, if you think that your messages are tough, I think that the best thing that would need to happen is to see how you would have your reaction to that shit happening to someone from your family or someone that you care about. Being eaten, being raped, being anything like that. I would want to see your reaction if you would like to see someone from your friends or family having that thing done to them. I want to see what you would do, Mr. Dark Humorist. Oh yeah, and some of the other things that I had to say, because they are very worth to mention. It's just that these people would rather go and judge immigrants and LGBT kind of people that even if they are harmless after all, rather than go and criticize the pedophiles and do something about those instead of those immigrants and LGBT people that don't do anything bad to the country or to the society of that country at all. Same goes with these people on Discord, and I know this is a social media platform, but like seriously, the fact that you have been behaving like this, that we know she's hanging out with weird friends, we know that, but it's okay. You've been hanging out with people who are pretending to be an anime girl characters with their profiles. That's worse. She's hanging out with a guy who has a CP on his phone, but you have been hanging out with people who have anime girl profiles, and that's worse, brother. Yeah, sure. That speaks everything I need to know about you and your behavior and everything that you have as a personality. The fact that you care about the way how people are presenting themselves on the internet instead of actually what they are doing or what kind of shit they have in their devices, and the fact that someone is hanging out with them and not doing anything about that, but instead you go on me. I feel like this whole thing was planned from the whole beginning. Because, I used to be Voxie's friend. She was a very cool person. Even when I was being friend with her, she always used to be that kind of troublemaking person. She always would go and start some kind of dramas on the server. She would always go to servers, raid them, and ping people for, you know, the profiles, and then she would start saying random slurs to them like that until she would get banned. You know, I've tried to tell her out back then and she calmed down, but now, thanks to Happy Ninja, who has taken a complete control over her, she decided to start doing this shit again, and she's now, you know, they're now glorifying this kind of stuff. Yeah, and yeah, they're calling you not based and gay and everything like that for not liking this type of stuff. Well, you know what? I'll be upfront and I will be very, very honest here. I would rather be gay, according to their mindset. I would rather be gay. I would rather kiss another man than ever support a pedophile jokes. But that's not gonna happen since I'm officially straight. So yeah, I love women. But still, even if I was gay, I'd rather be a one. Yeah, I'd rather be gay than be pedophile supporter or defender after all. They think that calling someone gay will make me hurt my feelings. Like what kind of defense or what kind of offensive word this is, brother? Are we like back in fucking to early 2010s? Are we like in 2014, 2015 when you would fucking go and cry home because you were called gay by society? Like Jesus Christ, if you really believe that calling me gay or anything like that, brother, I have been called like that millions of times on internet. Like you seriously believe that someone like you, who is going to tell me something that I heard on myself for millions of times from other people on social media platform, exactly toxic and no lifers like you. I've heard the same shit over and over. You think you're gonna like hurt my feelings and make me cry and rethink about my choices of life? And you think that anime profile argument is fucking valid? That shit was starting to be invalid ever since mid 2010s, bro. Like, make some new excuses, guys. Like, seriously, if you want to roast someone for who they are, go ahead and be like fucking no lifers and try at least try, please, okay? At least try to do as hardest as possible to uh, roast someone for being whoever they are that they are happy with to be. Yeah, if you are this low life retard to literally care about someone and their personal life and not hurting or being threat to society with their personal life and how they are, but you just are low life and you have to attack everyone because you don't like a slightest about them, or you don't agree with the slightest about them because of how they represent themselves. Yeah, seriously, get a life, please. Like, it's like little kids. Like, you should drop off the fucking social media and not even hop on, cause you are just literally toxic. You guys are saying how toxic the leftists and all of those LGBT kind of people are, and then look at yourself. You're doing the exact thing. Yeah, that's all that I have to say. Because Volksy is not just realizing what I have been doing for her this whole time. She just entirely removed it from her head like it never happened before. She backstabbed me like this by saying this shit to Lobo and Hapkep Ninja. I was like, you should have just kept it in between us and none of this would have happened if you would just keep your mouth quiet and said nothing. And she was like, I didn't know I would cause the listen, Volks, you can say these misinformations, these lies to anyone all you want. I have had enough of your bullshit. I knew that you were planning something to get rid of our friendship for no reason. Oh wait, there was actually a reason. Because I was not having the same lifestyle as you and Mr. Hubcap Ninja wanted me to have. You were living the lifestyle he told you to live, and because I was not living the same lifestyle as you guys were doing with your fucking PS5, Modern Warfare 3, and all of that other bullshit like this, you guys were not accepting me properly as a real friend and not accepting what I have been doing for you. because you don't care about friendships as a true friends. You don't value your friends. You just value them for your good likings and not as an actual friends. And that's why I have those other people that I have been hanging out with that has those anime profiles as you were judging them, because at least despite the fact that they have them, at least they were behaving and acting towards me as a true friends. And they never turned behind my back when I needed them or needed to talk with them because I had low moments in my life. They always were standing next to me. So yeah, it's unlike you who has never been together with me when I needed you the most. At least I had some friends to turn into when I needed someone to help me keep myself fully mentally stable during my hardest and the most down moments of my life. The fact that I have been with these people when they were at their lowest, yeah, I literally was every single time when Hub was feeling down because something was happening wrong with him or he was not feeling alright mentally, as well as Wolxie, especially when her parents were forcing her to block us and it was just destroying her mentally and everything. I was staying with them on their side and I was supporting them. The fact that they never stood with me on my side when I needed the support, they were just out playing their fucking Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3s, their shitty ass fucking online multiplayers, their Final Fantasies, their Resident Evils. They were just playing their fucking games while I was just trying to have a contact with them, and they didn't give a shit. They didn't give a fucking shit. But why am I making myself the fucking victim now? Why am I trying myself to make a victim? At the end of the day, I am still to blame even for something that I didn't do. Because that's their ritual. Rather than actually accepting their mistake, they will just keep blaming you with misinformations and spread them about you on others, onto other people. So yeah, that's all I have to say. And this is where I draw the fucking line between you guys, and I hope that you're watching this video, and I don't care if you're gonna plan to do some shit on me. You know, I have good tactics already prepared. I have... If you're gonna try to like rate me, go ahead. If you're gonna try to dox me, come on. I'd be happy to see you telling me all of that shit you've been saying behind my back like that, face to face IRL, if you will be mentally able to do that. If we were about to meet IRL, because you would want to dox me or some shit. Look, go ahead, come on, I don't care. I personally don't care. I started my 2026 by saying to myself, I'm no longer gonna be mad because of these people. I'm not gonna get myself mad over stupid people like these Cambrocho people. I'm just gonna live my life how I want because it's my life, and no one in this world, like these online friends that I have, are able to direct me how am I supposed to live my life, with what I'm supposed to like, dislike, and what I'm supposed to do and not to do. Like, you're not my fucking guardian to force me to do and not to do the things. It's my life after all. I can do whatever the fuck I want. I can basically be whatever I want. You call me a fanboy because of those profiles? Sure, I'll be one. I can literally go out. I can go to fucking clothes store and buy myself a twink fanboy clothes and just wear them, and I'm gonna post pictures of myself on fucking social media. I'm gonna spam them in your DMs so you can be fucking pissed and rage baited by the fact that I'm a fanboy and you didn't expect me to become one. No problem. No problem. I can do that very easily. I'm no shame on that. Rage baiting these strong-minded people was never ever been funnier. At the end of the day, they are not the strong-minded one. They are literally the weak-minded. They just like to feel... Yeah, they just like really like to feel like they are the better ones. While all they have in their brain is just rage, toxicity. These people never even know what a love is. Probably because they never felt loved. by someone else, or they weren't just accepted at all, and now they have to behave like this. But listen to me, friends. Just like it's being said every single time, never stop being a good person in general because you're surrounded by bad or evil people. Always be a good person. That doesn't matter towards who. Just be a good person and you will be blessed. So yeah, that is all that I have to say. Thank you very much, guys, for watching, and I hope that this one was some kind of warning message for you, because this is seriously a very long video right now, but I don't care. You can fucking watch it. You don't have to. I don't care. You can call out on ChatGPT to summarize this whole thing. I don't care. It's everything in detail is explained here, and I have those screenshots shown you. I have even more screenshots shown you in here. But that's all that I have to say. Thank you very much, guys, for watching, and I hope that this is some kind of warning message towards all of you to stay away from these people, because these people will ruin your life mentally and physically, mostly mentally. I lost my sanity for a pretty long time after realizing what Wuxi has been doing. The friend that I trusted the most and thinking she was cool and she's gonna be like that forever has decided to just turn on me for her own mistake that she has been responsible for, like this. Get out, man. Get out. At least don't ruin other people's lives after doing that shit. Go ahead and hang out with your cool, yeah, quote unquote cool friends. Yeah, that is all that I have to say. Thank you very much, guys, for watching, and stay away from this. I hope it was a helpful video, and I will see you in the next one. Hopefully not like this. I will try my best to get more older games to run so I can make those edits that I'm planning to do, since I finally found the amazing Windows Vista Movie Maker 6.0, which is a follow-up of the 2.6 Windows XP Movie Maker. That was the latest version on Windows XP, and since Vista is the following of XP, that one is now the oldest fully working on Windows 10, the 6.0, because before 6.0 it was 2.6, but that one doesn't work. So we're having the 6.0 as the main one. And why 6.0? Because 6.0 actually is exactly having the same shit as the 2.6. Just that it has the Windows Vista Frugitor Aero user interface. Anyway, that's all that I have to say. Thank you very much, guys, for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye, have a great day, everyone.